Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be at this moment when you're listening to Colli Talks, Transformative Conversations. And the reason it's called transformative is because that is exactly what it's meant to be, is to inspire and to lead and to generate transformation through experts that I have on the podcast, including myself, that will guide you to transformation if that is what you desire. So, welcome. And today, well, it's today for me here, we're talking about the artistry of the unburdened. Now, that's kind of an interesting title when you think about it, because it's like the waiting room. We are living in a world right now that is collectively shook. You see it in the news, you feel it in your bank account, and you hear it in the quiet moments when you're trying to sleep. For many of us, this feeling has us in, as I said before, a waiting room. Some are waiting for a political shift, some for a financial miracle, and many of my friends are waiting for the return of Jesus to finally bring peace to the chaos. So, without further ado, I want to honor that faith. But I also want to ask, what if the peace you are waiting for is already coded in your DNA? What if the shook feeling you have, maybe today or yesterday, you know, what if that shook feeling isn't a sign that you are broken, but a sign that you are out of alignment with the massive resources your ancestors have already provided for you? You aren't just a bystander in this global crisis. You are the primary source of your own life sanctuary. Yeah, you are the primary source of your own life's sanctuary. So let's solve the shook system. And we're going to take a look here at hidden loyalties, because why do we stay in struggle? Why do we work until we are wired and exhausted, even when our hearts cry out for rest? Something to think about. If you really decode it, it's because of hidden loyalties. We unconsciously stay loyal to the hardships of those who have come before us. We think that, by suffering or, you know, working harder than they did, we are staying connected to our lineage. Now, this is all very deep subconscious terrain. But I'm here to assist you in a different kind of transformation. You see, the artistry of the unburdened begins when you realize that your ancestors didn't survive famine and war so that you could live in a state of perpetual hustle. They survived so that you could finally include and acknowledge their strength and use it to build something beautiful. Use it to build momentum to not just surviving, but thriving. And I know we've heard that before. It's a cliche almost, right? But when we shift our loyalty from trauma to triumph, the shook feeling begins to settle. And for a lot of us, our nervous systems are not used to that. So it's about retraining, rewiring in order to settle. I know what it's like to stand on a blank canvas. I know what it's like to look around and realize, the old furniture of my life no longer fits, right? But this is where sovereignty is born. Transformation doesn't happen when everything is perfect. It happens when you decide right there on the floor that you are worthy of a life of quality. My work is to help you move from the healing hustle to integration. We stop trying to fix you because there's nothing wrong with you. And then we start curating you. We look at your life, your business, and your relationships and ask, is this beautiful enough to stay? When you stand in that kind of authority, you stop being a victim of the redirect and start being the architect of your sanctuary. This is where your income follows your impact because a sovereign core is magnetic. I'll say that again. This is where your income follows your impact because a sovereign core is magnetic. The world wants you to stay in the hustle because a tired, panicked person is easy to lead. But when we work together to unburden your system, something miraculous happens. Your desire returns, a rekindling of desire. You stop just getting by and start wanting, truly wanting to create, to lead, and to flourish. And what better time than now when spring is here, the ground is unthawing, the seeds will be planted, and then comes the blossoming and the flourishing. You see, whether you find your strength in the divine, in the earth, or in your lineage, the return of desire is the ultimate signal that your healing is no longer a project. It is now an artistry. You are no longer shook by the world. You are resourced by your history and focused on your vision. So you don't have to wait for the world to settle down to find your peace because it's not going to. You see, you carry the thousands of generations of 1,000 generations in your bones. If you are ready, and I mean really ready, to stop managing the overall acreages and start curating your own sanctuary, I am here to walk that path with you. This is my life's work. All that I've been through led me to this, to be able to be with you, to walk that path with you. And this is the work of my ebook, The Artistry of the Unburdened, and my core beautification intensive. I'm Colli Christante, Dr. Colli Christante. And you know what? It's time to take back your throne. So until next time, as I always say, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, weekend, wherever you may be, and lots of love and soul hugs. Bye for now.